look like up close? Let's find out, shall we? Okay. I have Archana here with me to help with the demo. So let's go ahead, search for great white shark on Google. As you scroll through, you get information on the knowledge panel, facts, but also see the shark in 3D directly from the
Google
knowledge panel.
I/O 2019.
Why don't we go one step further? Why don't we invite the shark to the stage?
Because I don't want a shark on. Oh my gosh, no sharks on stage.
There it is.
Sharks.
You know, it's one thing to read a
My hair's
fact like a great white can be
I like
anywhere
just
between
putting it up
17
like that,
feet
it's
to
crazy.
21 feet long. But to see it in front of you at scale, filling up the shoreline stage like a rock star, that is truly understanding its scale. Okay, let's take a closer look. It's an AR shark. It won't bite. Oh, look at those layers of teeth. You know, I don't know about you all, but I'd much rather see these teeth up close in AR than in real life. Thank you, Archana.
What are you doing?
Really excited about bringing the camera and AR capabilities to Google search. Now, sometimes though, the things that you're interested in, they're difficult to describe in a search box. So that's why we created Google Lens to help you search and do more with what you see by simply pointing your camera. We've built Lens as a capability across products.
Come on, work
so you can
properly,
access it
keyboard.
directly from the Google Assistant, but we've also built it into Google Photos and the camera app on many Android devices. People have already used Lens more than 1 billion times so far, and they've used it to ask questions about what they see, like what kind of flower that is, or where to get a lamp like that, or just who the artist is. One way we've been thinking about it is, with Lens, we're indexing the physical world, billions of places and products and so on, much like search indexes the billions of pages on the web. Okay, today let me show you some new ways that we're making Lens more helpful to you. Say you're at a restaurant trying to figure out what to order.
Can you use hashtags?
Instead of going from the menu to different apps on the phone and back to the menu and so on, you can simply point your camera. Lens automatically highlights the popular dishes at this restaurant right on the menu. And of course, if you want to know more, you can tap on any dish on the menu, and you can see what it looks like, again, at the restaurant. And of course, check out what other people are saying about it on Google Maps. By the way, when you're done eating, Lens can help pay for your meal. Not so fast, it's not picking up your tab, but it can calculate the tip and even split the total. Again, just by pointing your camera at the receipt, and voila. So you saw how we connected the menu with information from Google Maps. But we're starting to think of other ways that we can connect helpful digital information with the things in the physical world. So I'm going to give you just one example.
It's 11:15.
So
Do it.
Flipping through a Bon Appetit magazine.
Do it.
And you see a recipe
Only took me
you like.
4 minutes to go
Soon,
completely public.
You can point your camera at the recipe and see the page come alive.
Ooh, see the page
Showing you how
come
to make
alive,
the dish.
page come alive.
We're starting to work with more partners like museums, magazine publishers, and retailers to bring unique visual experiences like this. There's one final area where we think that the camera can be particularly helpful to people. Around the world, there are more than 800 million adults who are struggling to read the words that they come across in their daily lives. Bus schedules, bank forms, etc. And many of them are coming online for the first time with a smartphone. So to help with that, we've integrated a new camera capability into Google Go. This is our search app for entry-level devices. Take this sign in English next to an ATM. Now, for someone who does not understand the language and cannot read the words, this is important information that they're not getting access to.
True.
And we think that the camera can help here. So let me show you how. So directly from the Google search bar, you can use Lens. Open it, point it at the sign to hear the text read out aloud to you.
Information for card holders. All customers using old proprietary magnetic stripe cards should be advised.
What is nice here is that it is
Information for card holders. All customers using old proprietary magnetic stripe cards should be advised.
What is nice here is that it is highlighting the words as they're spoken. That way, even if you can't read the language well, you can follow along and you understand the full context of what you see.
Water is...
You can also translate it into your own language. Like this.
Yep, Google Lens. Okay, gotcha.
Notice that the translated text is overlaid right on top of the original sign. It almost feels like the sign was written in your own language to start with. And again, you can hit listen and hear the words read out loud, this time in your own language.
Información para los titulares de la tarjeta.
Oh, is that Italian? I don't know.
What you're seeing here is text-to-speech, computer vision, the power of translate, and 20 years of language understanding from search, all coming together.
20 years. That's crazy.
Now, our teams in India have been working with some early testers and getting a lot of feedback to make the product better. And I want to now show you how one of them is using it in her daily life. Take a look.
India.
मेरा नाम उर्मिला है, ईपी की रहने वाली हूँ। मेरे 3 बच्चे हैंगे, स्कूल में जाते हैं और बच्चों को होमवर्क नहीं करा सकते हैं, लेकिन चलो मेरे बच्चे होशियार हो गए, थोड़ा सा न पढ़ लिख जाते, कोई भी पढ़ा लिखा को काम वो नहीं कर सकते हैं। बार बार कहने पड़ती है उन लोगों के कि मतलब थोड़ा सा बता दिए। मुझे पहली बार जैसे बच्चों को मतलब बार बार कविता नहीं आ रही थी।
You see, she's talking about how she can't help her kids.
तो इसने पढ़ के सुनाया है
in their schooling,
जैसे मतलब रिपोर्ट कार्ड आओ
because she can't read or write.
मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा कि मतलब वो चीज जा चीज है, मतलब जा चीज है। आप तुम्हें खुद के लिए बहुत कुछ काम कर लेंगे।
चालू खाता, बचत खाता।
Wow, I think it's even her own language. Like,
तो मैं कटा सकती हूँ, किसी का सहारा नहीं लेना पड़ता है।
sad that, you know,
बहुत बेहतर है।
even in India today, there are still people who can't read their own language. And
thank you, Urmila,
that's pretty
for
sad.
testing it and giving us a lot of feedback for the team to make the product better. The power to read is the power to buy a
you
train
think by
ticket,
now that
to shop in a store, to follow the news. It's the power to get things done. So we want to make this feature accessible to as many people as possible.
so you're not teaching women how to read and write back, like,
And the
was a way of
teams worked
controlling
incredibly
people,
hard to compress
controlling
all of this tech
information
to just over 100
and
kilobytes.
all that. So it's kind of frustrating when you see that still today, and it's just like,
that way it can work on phones.
we really
that
don't
cost
need that
as little
control
as
anymore.
$35.
Not at all, you know, not even close.
So we're super excited about this and all the other features.
Don't mind my squeaky chair, by the way. I don't know how loud this is.
You'll start to see these updates roll out later this month.
Let me do about that.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna, because if you can't hear me mostly, then I might get, I don't know, dinged. I can't monetize my videos anyway, so I don't really care about that.
Helpfulness
But
is also about saving time and making your day a little bit easier.
But I don't want like
That's why last
Google to be
year
like,
at I/O,
hey,
we gave you a first look at our
you
duplex
basically
technology.
just re-recorded ours. They
Enables Google Assistant to make restaurant reservations on your behalf.
have a very interesting
by actually
stage though.
placing
It's
a
all
call.
geometric shapes right
It's
now.
now available in
So-
44 states.
and like under the big
across the
main
US.
screen, there's
And
like
we've
dotted
gotten great
lines.
feedback,
I'm
not only
like,
from our users,
okay.
but from businesses as well. For us, Duplex
I meant
is
to
the
shave,
approach by
but I
which
did
we
not
train
have enough
AI
time.
on simple but
So I'm gonna
familiar
do that
tasks
later today.
to accomplish them
I'm a bit,
and save you time.
Gruff.
Duplex was launched with restaurant
Let me
reservations on the
see.
phone, but now we are moving beyond voice and extending Duplex to tasks on the web. We again want to focus on narrow
Okay,
use
you can
cases
still
to
hear me
start.
pretty well,
So we are
even
looking
over
at rental car
talking.
bookings as well as movie ticketing. Today, when you make a new reservation online, you have to navigate a number of pages and steps,
That delay though.
filling out information and making selections along the way. I'm sure you're all familiar with this
That's
experience.
hilarious.
It's time consuming, and if users leave during the workflow, businesses lose out as well. We want to make this
Alright.
experience better for both users and businesses. So let me show you how the assistant can do it better. Say you
So
get
they're
a
just
calendar
talking about the
reminder
assistant.
about an upcoming trip.
They were talking about
You wanna
Google
book a
Lens
rental
earlier
car.
with the like
You just ask
language
Google,
part.
Book a
So
national car rental for my next trip.
I was late in
The
watching this
assistant
because I was
opens
trying
the
to take
national
my
website
shower.
and automatically
kinda
starts filling out your information
Started getting ready late, so
on your behalf, including the dates of the trip.
Chicago.
You can confirm the details with just a tap. And then the assistant
Great. So Google
continues to
Assistant can rent a
navigate the
car for
site.
you.
It even selects which car you like. It's acting on your behalf and helping you save time, but you're always in control of the flow. Let's go ahead and
Yeah,
add
because
a
that would
cart
suck.
fee.
It's like Google
And once all the
Assistant,
details are in,
and it's like
you can check everything
we
one
have
last
rented a
time
car for
and just
you.
tap
You
to
now
finalize
owe
the reservation.
$672.
You immediately get a booking confirmation.
$674.41, I guess is what that one
It's
says.
amazing to see the assistant complete a task online.
That'd be
on your
ridiculous. It's
behalf
like
in a
it's
personalized way.
like don't even have to press
It
continue. You
understands
just
the dates
go.
of your trip and your car preferences based on trip confirmations in Gmail. I also want to point out that this was not a
Today's
custom
Taco
integration.
Tuesday. By the way,
This required
if you
no
guys have a Taco
action
John's
on part of the
near
business to
you,
implement.
which
What you just saw is an early
mostly the
preview
people that are
of
watching
what we are
this
calling
right now,
duplex
or would be
on the
watching
web.
this at all, would be like
We're
my
going to
brother
be thoughtful and
or
get feedback from both
whatnot. He
users
lives
and
in the same
businesses
town as
to
me,
improve the
so,
experience.
or my
And
cousins,
we'll have more
which
details
live in places with Taco John's. Although
this
in
year.
Bozeman, Taco John's shut down for 2 weeks because I guess the guy who owns it, he had to
Google
fire
Assistant
4
helps
people. There was only
around
5
the
people
world
that
with all
worked there
kinds of tasks,
at
whether
all.
they're at home or on
all
the
day.
go.
That's crazy.
But we want to build an even more helpful assistant. In order
Yeah,
to process
can't run a
data,
business like that.
We rely on complex algorithms. It includes
But-
multiple machine learning models.
Like, I guess
model
that
maps
at one
incoming
point,
sound bites
7
into
people got
200
arrested
units.
over here
Another one
in a
takes
week.
and assembles these
Like, not all at
400
once, but in a
units
week.
into
And
words.
I was like, what?
And then a third model predicts the likelihood of these words.
Ugh.
sequence.
Tell me
So
X,
complex that they require 100 gigabytes of storage
TM
and a network connection. Bringing these models to your phone. Think of it as
Oh, that's-
putting the power of a Google data center.
They were
in
talking
your
about
pocket.
machine learning.
An incredibly challenging computer science problem.
It's like, we take all your voice
Excited to share,
searches
we reached
and
a
teach
significant
our
milestone.
assistant with them.
Further advances in
Thank
deep
you.
learning have
So
allowed
glad
us
you
to
told me.
combine and
That's
shrink
one thing, though, I will say about
100
Google is
gigabyte
that,
models down to
Oh.
half a gigabyte. Small
wow,
enough to bring it onto mobile devices.
100 gigabyte model
This
for the
eliminates
voice
network latency
like thing.
and makes the
They brought it
assistant
down to
so much
0.5
faster,
gigabytes
so
worth
fast
of info.
that tapping to use your phone.
So you could
seems
actually,
slow.
it could be on your
I
device.
think this is going to transform the future
Practically
of the
only.
assistant, and I'm thrilled to bring Scott to tell you more about our next generation assistant.
Boom, 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 boom.
Thanks, Sundar. But what if we could bring the
Don't
AI
mind my
that powers the
heater, by the
assistant
way.
right onto your phone?
I should turn it off,
What if
actually.
the assistant
I
was
think I
so
did.
fast that processing
I thought I
your
did.
voice,
But I don't
that
know.
tapping to operate your phone would almost seem slow? It opens up many new use cases, and we want to show
There we
you
go. Put it
how
down at
fast
60.
it is. Now, internally,
That's a great
we've been
temperature,
calling
right?
this the next generation assistant. Running on device, it can process and understand requests in real time. And
By the way,
deliver
this
the
shirt
answer
has,
up
like,
to 10 times faster.
Felt.
Now, Maggie's here, and she's going to help
Like
us
that
test
black
it out,
is actually, like,
starting with some
felt that's
back-to-back
in the,
commands to demonstrate its speed. Now, this demo
shirt
is hot off the
looks
press,
really cool.
so please send your positive energy over in Maggie's direction.
And, yeah.
Hey Google, open calendar.
Everyone's
Open calculator.
No, their devices
Open
just went
photos.
off.
Set a timer for 10 minutes.
Whoa, okay, so she's not even saying the trigger
What's the
word
weather
in
today?
between these things, and
What
it's
about
just
tomorrow?
going and going. That's great.
Show me John Legend on Twitter. Get a Lyft ride to my hotel.
The problem is
Turn the
that
flashlight on. Turn it off. Take a selfie.
say Knox.
All right. Now, as you could see,
I mean, that's cool and all, but she was going by fast. Like, there's no way you could get too much information with how
Maggie
fast she was
able
going.
to open and
So
navigate apps instantly. Now, you might have also noticed that with continued conversation, she was able to make several requests in a row without having to say, "Hey Google," each time.
he just did it again.
Now, beyond an
I'm sorry, you
effortless way to
guys.
operate your phone,
These
you can
guys,
start to imagine
Google
how
should
the
know.
assistant
Google should
used
know
with the
about their
device
own
could
assistant going off
orchestrate tasks
all the time,
across apps.
every time.
Let's look at another demo where Maggie's chatting with a friend. He's going to ask her about a recent trip. Notice how easy it is for her to respond with her voice and even share a photo.
What?
Reply, had a great time with my family and it was so beautiful.
Oh, that's how Yellowstone was.
Show me my photos from Yellowstone.
Yellowstone
The ones
is
with animals.
awesome. So, anyone who hasn't been to Yellowstone is like really
Send it to
missing out.
Justin.
Look at that bison. That's okay. You guys got to watch the stream though too. But that bison that's on there, that's a fantastic photo. I doubt that she really took that. Come on, that's like
Another example is when
I mean,
a
the
friend asks
bison
you a
are
question, and you need
used
look
to
up the
people,
information
yeah,
to
but
respond.
there's
Justin
no
wanted to know
way
when
you'd
Maggie's
want to
flight
get that
arrived.
close to him.
When's my flight?
Although it could be
When's
like
my
that
flight?
digital zoom that like that machine digital zoom thing.
Reply, I should get in around 1 p.m.
All right, so notice how it helped Maggie multitask more easily across
This woman looks
different
really
apps,
young though. She
saving
looks like
her a lot of back and forth.
she's maybe like mid-20s.
Now you can even imagine this next generation
Hmm.
assistant handling more complex speech scenarios, like composing and sending an email.
Hey Google, send an email to Jessica. Hi Jessica. I just got back from Yellowstone and completely fell in love with it.
Whoa.
Set subject to Yellowstone Adventures. Let me know if next weekend works for
Whoa.
dinner so I can tell you all about it. Send it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that was pretty cool. She didn't even say comma. It did a comma. She's like, "Hey Jessica," you know, and
Now,
then
as you
it
can
just
see, this
commaed
required
it
the
and
assistant
went
to
down,
understand
It's
you know,
when
and
Maggie was
all that
dictating
started
part
that.
of the message
And then when she said
versus
set
when she was
subject
asking
to
it
blah blah
to
blah, it
complete
was
an
writing it
action.
down. Then it was like, "Oh no,"
Thanks, Maggie.
Thanks,
boop,
Scott.
and put it up into the subject of the email. That is pretty awesome.
By moving
honestly.
these powerful AI models right onto your phone, we're envisioning a paradigm shift. This
Wow.
next generation assistant will let you instantly operate your phone with your voice, multitask across apps, and complete your calendar will even work offline. Now, it's a very hard problem we've been solving. And
We're
I'm
using this really
excited to
weird, like,
share
when they're
realization
showing,
of this vision is not
you know,
far
the
off.
phones
In
with
fact,
it,
this next
they're using a
generation
really
assistant
strange
is
thing
coming
where it's
to
like
the new Pixel phones later this
the
year.
these phones have like thick bezels on, or not thick, but thick by today's
Now our
standards.
mission is to make the
on the
assistant
top
the
and the
best
bottom,
way to
and
get
I'm just
things
like,
done. You just saw how we're making
there's
it
no
much
phone like that
faster,
nowadays,
but it
really.
also has to be personal enough to really
Other than I
help
guess the
you.
Pixel 3,
Now,
like the
personalized
normal
help's
size,
especially
but
important
even
in
then, I
areas
don't
where
even think
people's
it's that.
preferences completely differ.
Maybe
Like
it is
choosing what to
pretty
listen
decent
to, what to do on the weekend, or
Levels.
even what to eat. So let's look at a recipe example.
What do
Hey
I
Google,
want to eat?
what should I cook for dinner?
They're doing this.
Here are some recipe picks for you.
Now, as you can see,
I'm just gonna
the
start
assistant
trying to
picked
talk over the Hey
recipes
Google
tailored to
thing.
me.
I just did it.
For
I'm
example, it
sorry.
suggested a bourbon chicken recipe because it's helped me with barbecue recipes in the past.
The trigger words.
Now, what I really love is that
It's too late
different
now, I already
people
said it,
get
so.
completely different results. We call this feature Picks for You, and it'll be
Picks
launching on
for
smart
You.
displays later this summer.
Fantastic.
Starting with recipes, podcasts, and events.
Recipes,
Now, beyond your
podcasts, and
preferences,
events. So
becoming
it'll
more personal means
the system will serve
better understand the people,
you
places, and events
info
that are
on
important
stuff
to you.
and things you like.
Now, one important person in my life is my mom, who I'm going to visit
If
right
it works,
after
it
I.O.
works, you know.
So let's say I ask my assistant, "How's the traffic to Mom's house?" Now, we all
Honestly, I don't
understand what
even
I do by Mom's house, right?
I need to actually
Well, if I'm in
put
Toledo, Mom's house might have meant
in my
this
calendar
place, a nonprofit
times that I'm supposed to
childcare
work
center.
and stuff. I never
In
do
other
it.
cities,
I'm just
Mom's
like,
house can be a
"Eh,
restaurant
I know where I
or
work."
a grocery store. In fact, there's lots of things in the world called Mom's house. Now, in linguistics, the process
this
of figuring
restaurant's
out
called
which
Mom's House
thing
is
a
like-
phrase
yeah.
refers to is called reference resolution. And it's fundamental to
Obviously,
understanding
you're
human
talking
language.
about your
At
mom's
Google, we
house.
approach this problem using our knowledge graph of things in the world and their relationships. It's what allows us to understand something like the Starbucks near the Golden Gate Bridge. Today, we're expanding the assistant's ability to understand you better by applying those same techniques to the things in your world. We call it personal references. So if I've shared my mom's contact info with the assistant, I can ask, "Hey Google, what's the weather like at Mom's house this weekend?
Friday and Saturday in Carmichael will be partly cloudy.
How long will it take to get there?
With light traffic, it will take you 2 hours and 14 minutes to get to 123 Main Street by car.
Remind me to order flowers a week before Mom's birthday."
All right, I'll remind you on July 3rd.
And it goes beyond Mom. If you've shared important people, places, and
Obviously,
events
that's
with the
not really
assistant,
where his mom
you'll be able to
lives.
ask for things more naturally, like
1,
show
2,
me photos
3.
of my son, or directions to the restaurant reservation, or remind me to pick up chocolates on my anniversary. And rest assured,
Or
you're
hello.
always in control. You can edit or delete this information at any time in the updated You tab in Assistant settings.
Sure you can.
Now, one place where the assistant can be especially helpful is in
Google's
the car,
still trying to make
offering a
it
safer,
look like they care
hands-free
about
way
your
to get everything you
security.
need while you're on the road. Now, we've been focused on the main things that we all want when we're driving: to get where we're going safely, to catch up with friends,
What?
and to listen to something interesting along the way. Last year, we brought the assistant to Android Auto, and earlier this year, we added it to navigation in Google Maps. I'm happy to share the assistant is also coming to Waze in the next few weeks. Now, I'd like to show you the future of how we're improving your mobile driving experience even more. Introducing the assistant's new driving mode. Just
Wonder
put your
how
phone
warm
in the
it is
car
over there.
and say, "Hey Google, let's drive."
Would they stop doing that?
Driving mode has a thoughtfully designed dashboard that brings your most relevant activities front and center while you're driving, and includes suggestions personalized for you.
Oh.
For example, if you have a dinner reservation on your calendar, you'll see a convenient shortcut to navigate to the restaurant. Or if you started a
Taco-licious.
podcast at home in the morning, once you get in your car, it'll display a shortcut to resume the episode right where you left off.
Okay.
Now, it also highlights top contacts, making it easy to call them or
From
message
Kitchen
them,
Hub.
and recommendations for other things to listen to.
Maybe a
Now, once you're
new
navigating,
thing? Or is
phone
it just
calls and
the
music
Google,
appear in a
the little
low-profile way,
tiny
so you
Google
can
Hub
get
thing?
things done without leaving your navigation screen. Hey Google, play some jazz.
Sure, check out this jazz music station on YouTube Music.
Now, everything is voice-enabled, so if a call comes in, the assistant will tell you who's calling and ask if you want to
YouTube
answer
Music.
without having to take your eyes
That's
off
the
the road.
dumbest thing I will
Call from
have
mom.
have to
Do
go
you want to
to.
pick it up?
No thanks.
Whoa!
But thanks for your help with the demo, Mom.
He just denied his mom.
All right, so best of all, with the assistant already on your phone, there's no need to download an app. Just start driving. Driving mode will be
Tisk,
available
tisk,
this
tisk.
summer on any Android phone with the assistant.
Woo! Driving mode.
Now, today the Google Assistant is
Yay!
available on over 1 billion devices
Pretty sure you could already
in over
do that.
30 languages across 80 countries.
I guess they're
And
just
with
improving
Duplex
it
on the
though.
web, the next generation assistant,
Duplex.
personalized help, and assistance in the car, we're continuing to build on our mission. to
Wasn't
be
Duplex the
fastest,
thing that was
most
supposed to call
personal way
people or
to
something?
help you get things
I have
done.
no idea.
Now, before I go, I want to share a little something that a lot of you have been asking for. Check this out. Stop.
Really? They didn't have an alarm on the hub?
Now you can stop your timers and alarms
Oh.
just by saying stop.
Oh,
No Hey
okay.
Google needed.
Yes.
It's rolling out on smart displays and Google Homes in
like it.
English-speaking locales starting today. Thanks very much.
The problem is it's only going to like the Google Homes. I want it on my phone because sometimes when I wake up and I don't want to actually like reach for my
Open
phone.
the car bay doors.
Hey Google. Hey Google.
Hey Google.
Oh
Turn on the
god.
lights.
It's-
Turn on sumo.
Everybody just like
Google.
oh
Oh,
jeez.
Mom.
I found a
They
few
had
info
your
for
average
you.
consumer on there.
Ordering you a grande vanilla latte from Starbucks.
Love you. I love you.
Okay, Google.
This is a cat.
The forecast is 72 and sunny.
The dog. There's
Take a selfie.
a dog there like a cat. It's like
My calendar for today.
the dog like
How do I slice a mango?
Turn on the Christmas
and
spirit.
tipped the Google Home over.
Operation Kevin underway.
Operation Kevin underway.
on YouTube.
Someone tried to take a selfie with a seal?
Thanks, Scott. It's great to see the
Of course,
momentum
it
of
did
Google
not end
Assistant and how it's
quite
able to
so
help users get things done.
Great. I mean,
So
it
far,
scared him really,
we've talked
but
about
he didn't
building
really
a more
like hurt
helpful
him.
Google.
But it's
It's
like-
equally important to us that we do this for everyone. For everyone is a core philosophy for us at Google. That's why, from the earliest days,
Yeah.
search works the same, whether you're a professor at Stanford or a student in rural Indonesia. It's why we build affordable laptops for classrooms everywhere. And it's why we care
I don't
about
think
the
they build
experience on
affordable
low-cost
laptops. I mean,
phones in
Google's
countries
Pixelbook is
where users are just starting to come
$1,000.
online
That's
with the
not
same
affordable.
passion as we do with premium phones.
And
it
they
goes
don't
beyond our
technically
products
build
and services.
any of it, so
It's why
You
we
know,
offer
yeah.
free training and tools through Grow with Google, helping people grow their skills, find jobs, and build their businesses. And it's how
yeah.
we develop
Google
our
bought
technology,
HTC, right?
ensuring the responsible
like,
development of
I mean, it
AI,
was a while ago, but
privacy and security that works for everyone, and products that
their
are
hardware
accessible
division,
at their
and
core.
the thing is that
Let's start with building AI for everyone. Bias has been a concern
HTC
in
hasn't done
time
anything
long
since then,
before
so I
machine
guess
learning came along.
that's pretty
The
sad.
stakes are clearly higher with AI. It's not
Because
enough
like
to
when
know
they
if a
bought
model works.
Motorola,
We need
back
to
in,
know
you know,
how it works.
a little, a
We
few,
want
quite
to
a few years
ensure
back,
that our AI models
Motorola at
don't
least still was
reinforce
putting out
bias
devices,
that exist in the real world.
but
It's a hard problem, which is why we are doing fundamental computer science research to improve the transparency of machine learning models and reduce bias. Let me show you what I mean. When computer scientists deploy machine learning models,
so
it
the
can
neural
sometimes
network.
be difficult to understand why they make a certain prediction. That's because most machine learning models appear to operate on low-level features. Edges and lines in a picture, color of a single pixel. That's very different than the higher-level concepts more familiar to humans, like stripes on a zebra. To tackle this problem, Google
Which is
AI
still
researchers
fascinating.
are working on a new methodology called TCAF, or testing with concept activation vectors.
Evolution.
Let me give you an example.
Stripes.
If it's a machine learning model trained to detect zebras, you would want to know which variables were being used to decide if the image contained a zebra or not. TCAV can help you understand if the concept of stripes was important to the model's prediction. In this particular case, it makes sense. Stripes are an important predictor for the model. Now suppose a classifier was trained on pictures of doctors. If the training data was mostly males wearing coats and stethoscopes, then the model could inaccurately assume that being male was an important prediction factor. There are other important examples as well. Now imagine an AI system that could help with detecting skin cancer. To be effective, it would need to recognize a wide variety of skin tones representative of the entire population. There's a lot more to do, but we are committed to building AI in a way that's fair and works for everyone, including identifying and addressing bias in our own ML models and sharing tools and open data sets to help you as well. Another way we build for everyone is by ensuring that our products are safe and private, and that people have clear, meaningful choices around their data.
Wow, this thing is going to be going on for over 30 minutes.
Privacy
They
and
haven't really
security
gone to anything.
are for everyone, not just a few. This is why powerful privacy features and controls have always been built into Google services. We launched incognito mode in Chrome
I did miss
over a
the
decade
first part
ago.
of this.
We
Been going on
pioneered
for
Google
40
Takeout, which gives you easy controls to export your
40
data
minutes,
from
40 plus
email,
minutes.
contacts, photos, all of our products, anytime you choose to. But we know our work on privacy.
I don't think
and
that they're going to
security is
release
never
any
done.
hardware
And we
today
want to do more to stay
I actually
ahead
don't.
of constantly evolving user expectations.
because they've already
We've
gone
been
for
working on a significant set of
41
enhancements,
minutes,
and I want to
and they're still
walk you through
talking
a few.
about machine learning.
Today, you can already find all your privacy and security settings in one place in your Google account. To make sure your Google account is always at your fingertips, we are making it easily accessible from your profile photo. If you're
Squeaky
in
chair
search,
making a comeback.
you can tap on your photo and you can quickly access the most relevant privacy controls for search in case your data in search. Here, you can view and manage your recent activity, and you can easily change your privacy settings. Last week, we announced
I'm not really bored
auto
because there's
delete
no
controls,
hardware. I'm just
which
bored.
you'll also be able to access right from the app.
By the way, nobody said that.
Data helps
but I'm
make
just
search
bored
work better for you.
because
And with auto delete, you can choose how long you want it to be saved. For example, 3 or 18
they're
months.
just moving about this
After which
slowly.
any old data will be automatically and continuously deleted from your account. This is launching today.
I'm sure
for
it
web
will.
and app activity. We'll be
I'm sure
rolling
it will,
out the
Google.
location history in the coming weeks.
You
and
know,
we'll
it's not
continue to
like
bring
you
features such
make
as this
money
to more
on
controls over
people's
time.
searches.
In addition, one-tap access to your Google account will be coming to our major products, including Chrome, Search, Assistant, YouTube, Google News, and Maps. And speaking of Maps, if you tap on your profile photo, in addition to finding easy access to your privacy controls, you'll find a new feature, incognito mode. Incognito mode has been a popular feature in Chrome since it launched, and we are bringing this to Maps.
I honestly
While
don't
in
even trust
incognito in
those. I
Maps,
mean,
your activity, like the
it's
places
Google
you search
for crying out
and
loud. They
navigate
want
to
your data.
won't be
That's
linked
how it
to your
works.
account. We want to make it easy
Not
to
like-
enter in and out of
not like
incognito, and Maps will soon
like
join
credit card
Chrome
data or anything
and
like that.
YouTube.
But they want your
with
search
support
data.
for incognito.
They want
and we'll
that
be
stuff
bringing it to search
so that
as
they
well
can serve
this year.
ads that fit you.
It's
So I mean,
11:45.
maybe it really does
Another
not
way
do
we
anything. Like
ensure your
keep
privacy
your
is
search
by
out.
working hard to keep your data secure. From safe browsing, which now protects
But then
over
you're
4
going to get
billion
ads
devices
that
every
aren't
day,
specific to
to
you.
using
So
TensorFlow to
which you might
significantly
like, you
reduce
might not.
phishing attacks in Gmail.
I don't even pay attention to ads
We also
anyway.
encourage users to use two-step verification because an additional layer of protection
Yeah,
is
they don't
always
want
helpful.
they don't want
Today,
like your
we are
data,
making two-step
like your
verification
actual
even more
personal
convenient for
data
everyone. by bringing
know,
the protection of security keys directly into your Android phone. So
go
now
to someone
you
else.
can
They
confirm
just
the
want your
sign-in
search data.
with
Like,
just a tap.
you know,
And today,
that's all they really
it'll be
want.
available to over
It's just
1
like,
billion compatible devices.
It's going to be launching today in Android 7.0 Plus, you know, and above. Which is like, what,
We
10%
always
of
want to
devices?
do more for users, but do it with less data over time. So we are applying the same cutting-edge AI research that makes our products better and applying it to enhance user privacy. Federated learning, this is a new approach
watch
to
all the
machine
Star
learning
Wars movies today.
developed by Google is one
Hopefully.
example. It allows Google's AI products to work better for you and work better for everyone.
I keep
without
wondering why,
collecting raw
like, if
data from
Disney's
your
going to
devices.
release a streaming service, now I know
Instead of sending data to the
it's
cloud,
Google I/O, but you know,
we
they're
flip
really
the model.
still
We
just
ship
talking
machine
about
learning
machine
models
learning.
directly to your device. Each phone computes an update to the global model.
Okay, so here's something really
And
crazy.
only those updates, not the data, is securely
So I guess that-
uploaded and aggregated in large
Yeah, they're
batches
taking
to improve the
information
global
from like
model.
all sorts of different
And then
devices
the
and
updated
stuff.
global model
But
is sent back
all
to
these
everyone's
machine
device.
learning, these AI
Let me
things,
explain it with a
you know, you
concrete
talk about
example.
our little, you know,
Take
quote unquote
Gboard,
little brain.
Google's keyboard.
I mean, it's really
Using
not a
on-device
huge
learning alone, when
thing,
new words
you know?
become popular,
But we do this
Gboard
stuff
would not be able to suggest
like
them
that
until you've
in
typed
this
them many times.
little thing right
Federated
here.
learning, however,
When you compare
allows
that
Gboard
to
learn
the
new words
massive
like BTS or YOLO.
server
After
buildings,
thousands
you
of
know,
people
that
start
have
using them without
hundreds
Google
of
ever
servers
seeing
in them,
anything you
thousands
type.
even,
Actually, with
all
BTS,
over the
it's
world,
probably millions of people.
just to make these things work.
This is not just research.
And they're not even that
In fact,
great.
Gboard is already using federated learning
Like,
to
they're
improve
really
next
not.
word
They're
prediction
still not that great.
as well
Not
as
compared to
emoji
humans.
prediction across tens
And
of millions of devices.
Humans can
It's still
drive.
very early, but
Humans
we are
can,
excited about the
you
progress
know,
and the potential of federated
like,
learning.
research
across
things. Humans
many
can do
more
all
of our
this stuff. They
products.
can remember all these things too. You know, we don't need these self-driving cars.
Privacy and security are the foundation
You know,
for
yeah,
all the
this-
work we
the
do,
car
and
itself
we'll
is
continue
small.
to push the boundaries of technology.
But then
to make
you
it
compare
even
that to
better for our
the
users.
massive,
Building for everyone,
you know, buildings
also
they have to
means
build
ensuring that
for these
everyone can
servers
access our products.
just to create
The World Health
the
Organization
self-driving
estimates
part
that
of that.
15% of the world's population, over 1
Like,
billion people,
we're really
have a
not saving
disability.
the environment when
We
we're doing
believe
this kind of crap.
technology can
Because
help
we're
us be
tearing
more
down other
inclusive.
places,
And AI
you know,
is providing us with
other,
new
like,
tools to
tearing
dramatically
down
improve
more
experience for people with
land
disabilities.
to build these buildings.
For example, there are almost 500 million people
Creating
in the
more
world
heat,
who are deaf
you know,
or hard of hearing.
we just
Think
don't
of
really
how many
need them.
conversations are
That's the thing.
challenging, from in-person
People want
discussions
them,
and phone calls,
but we don't need
to
them.
even
And all we're
experiencing
doing is creating
videos
more
online.
problems.
A few months ago,
And then everybody
we
keeps
launched
wanting
Live
to, all these
Transcribe,
environmentalists keep
powered
wanting
by
to talk
Google's
about this
Cloud
stuff.
Speech
And I'm
API
just like,
to caption
okay, so
conversations
you're going to
in real time.
support building giant
You can leave your
buildings
phone open with
that
the
create
app,
massive amounts
and
of
when someone
heat.
speaks to you, it
The world's
transcribes
getting
their
hotter,
speech into
heat,
text.
you know?
Those who cannot or prefer not
Come
to
on,
speak
guys.
can
Come
also
on.
respond by typing. I was really inspired by how the product came about.
You really want to save
Two
the
of our Google
environment.
researchers,
Figure out
Dimitri
something better.
and Chet,
And
saw an
don't
opportunity
do
to help
things just to
people
do
and
things.
collaborated to develop the app. Together, with a small team of engineers
Those electric
and people who
vehicles
volunteered
were
their
like,
20% time, they
they're
built
cool
Live
and all,
Transcribe,
but
and it is now available
I live in a
over
place
70
where-
languages and dialects on
where,
Android devices.
you know, the nearest Walmart is literally
Today,
a town away.
we are going
and it's
further
like
and
30
extending
plus
this technology.
minutes.
We are announcing a new feature
There's no
called
way I
Live
could get
Caption.
over there.
Live
I mean, I
Caption
could,
makes all content,
but it would
no
be-
matter its origin, more accessible to everyone.
I'd still have to. I would have
Incredible thing is
like
that
I'd
it
have
works
serious battery
completely on
anxiety
device,
because
so there's
if
no delay.
it dies,
With one click, you
and there's
can
no
turn on
Tesla,
captions for a web video,
you know, fast chargers
podcast,
over there. Really,
or even on
there's
a moment
one. There's
with
like
capture at
two
home.
in this motel.
Blueberries? Delicious? More. Should they act?
This is
Live caption,
only
just like
possible
the
due to our recent breakthroughs in speech
Microsoft
recognition
thing
technology.
yesterday.
We recently tested live caption with some users. Let's take a look.
So if you hit
I will say this
the
though.
volume button here, and then we turn on that button. And you can even, if you want to see more, you
Oh my god. This is really amazing. It feels like, wow, it's such a simple feature, but it has such an impact on me.
It's going to make our lives so much easier. I wake up 2 o'clock in the morning to walk, to wake up my mom or dad, to say, what are they saying on this?
Okay, I'm sorry, but I think they were cheating there. There was like live caption, but the words were coming up before they even spoke
for
them.
the broader community too.
So no,
For example,
there was
the
someone
ability to
typing
watch
that
any
out.
video
It was all
if you're in a
unscripted.
meeting or
But,
on the subway without
like,
disturbing the people around you.
I will say this
The
on
Android team is going
YouTube,
to talk a little bit
when I
later
put on
today
the
about
captions
what
by
made live
accident,
caption possible.
it actually was
We're
way
also
better than it
exploring
used to be.
how this
It
technology
used to be
can capture
crappy.
phone
Like
calls.
I was just like,
But we want to go one step further
So
and
I
actually
never
allow
even
more
like
people
turn on
to
captions no
respond
matter what.
and
So it's just
accomplish
like,
tasks over their phones. As you'll see in this example, Nicole, who is deaf and prefers not to speak, can receive a call from her hairstylist. With Smart Compose and Smart Reply, she can answer the call and interact. Let's take a look.
Hi, this is Nicole's assistive chat. She'll see what you say, and her responses will be read back to you, starting now.
Hi, Nicole, it's Jamie. How are you?
well, what is going on?
Hey, Jamie. I'm good, and you?
Great. Are we still on for your 1 p.m. haircut tomorrow?
Sorry, can you do 3 p.m.?
Yes, I can do 3 p.m.
What?
We have a lot to catch up on. I want to hear all about your trip.
Erg.
Perfect, thumbs up.
Great, see you tomorrow. Bye.
Wait, is that...
Thumbs up indeed. We call this new technology Live Relay. While there's
My
still
mom's
more work to
graduating
do, we are
from
excited
graduate
to see
school.
how it can help people like Nicole
On
get
Saturday,
things done
and I
more
work.
easily. Just like with live
They're live
caption,
streaming the
this runs completely on
ceremony.
device, and these conversations.
But I'm not going to be able to
see
see it because
We also want to help those
it's on
with speech
Saturday and I
disorders
work all day.
or people whose speech has been affected by a stroke or ALS. Researchers from Google AI are exploring the idea of personalized communication models that can better understand different types of speech, as well as how AI can help even those who cannot speak to communicate. We call this research Project Euphonia. Let's take a look.
Google has very good general speech recognition, but if you do not sound as most of people, it will not understand you.
No one's ever collected large data sets of people whose speech is hard for others to understand.
People who have multiple sclerosis, for GF, who had stroke, who stutter.
They're not used in training the speech recognition.
So this
The game
is
to
interesting,
record
but
things
again,
and then have it recognize things that you say.
so they got
beforehand
captions on the bottom
in
there.
the
Did I
training.
actually turn on captions?
Dimitri
No, I didn't.
recorded 15.
Yeah, they got captions on the bottom here.
It wasn't obvious that this
And
was
obviously
gonna
it's
work.
not captions
He
that
just
are
sat there and kept
live.
recording.
So.
We need to make all voice interactive devices be able to understand any person who speaks to them.
You can see that it's possible to make a speech recognizer to work for Dimitri. It should be possible to make it work for many people, even people who can't speak because they've lost the ability to speak. The work that Shenxing has done on, voice utterances, from sounds alone, you can communicate. But there might be other ways of communicating.
Most people with ALS end up using an on-screen keyboard and having to type each individual letter with their eyes. For me, communicating is slow.
It's
Steve might crack a joke and it's related to something that happened, a few minutes ago. The idea is to create a tool so that Steve can train machine learning models himself to understand his facial expressions. To be able to laugh, to be able to cheer, to be able to boo. Things that seem maybe superfluous, but actually are so core to being human.
I still think this is only the tip of the iceberg. We're not even scratching the surface yet of what is possible if we can get speech recognizers to work with small numbers of people who learn lessons, which we can then combine to build something that really works for everyone.
To understand and be understood, the absolute unbelievable.
Believe it or not, I could easily understand that guy. That's because of years of trying to understand certain
We are working
family
hard to
members
provide these voice recognition models through the Google Assistant in the future. But as you saw in Dimitri's case, this will only be possible with many more speech samples to train our models on. If you or someone you know has slurred or hard to understand speech, we'd like to invite you to submit voice samples to help accelerate this effort. Fundamental AI research, which enables new products for people with disabilities, is an important way we drive our mission forward. Live Transcribe, Live Caption, Live Relay, and Project Euphonia will ultimately result in products that work better for all of us. It's a perfect example of what we mean by building a more helpful Google for everyone. One of the most powerful ways we deliver help to our users is through our open source platforms like Android. To tell you more, I'd like to invite Steph onto the stage.
It's amazing we're here to talk about Android's version 10. And we get to celebrate a milestone together. Today, there are over 2.5 billion active Android devices.
So they're actually going to call it 10. Because some people were theorizing they were going to call it 10 instead of Q.
Android Q. Innovation, security, and privacy,
Oh, they're still
the
calling
central
it
theme
Q.
of the Q release, and digital well-being. A lot has changed since 1.0. Smartphones have evolved from an early vision to this integral tool in our lives, and they are incredibly helpful. Looking ahead, we see another big wave of innovation coming to make them even more helpful. Q shows Android shaping the leading edge of mobile innovation, with over 180 device makers around the world. Driven by this powerful ecosystem, many innovations have been first on Android, from large screens to the first OLED display. And this year, display technology will take an even bigger leap, with foldables coming from multiple Android OEMs. These devices open up a completely new category, which, though early, just might change the future of mobile computing. Foldables take advantage of a completely new display technology. They literally bend and fold from phone to tablet-sized screen. And Q maximizes what's possible on these screens. For instance, foldables are great for multitasking. So I can watch some funny videos my sister sent me while we chat about what we're going to do for my mom on Mother's Day. But the feature I'm most excited about is screen continuity. So let's say we finish chatting. It's time to head out, and I'm standing around waiting for my ride. So I start playing a game on the folded, smaller screen. When I sit down and unfold, the game seamlessly transfers to the larger screen. It is so cool.
So they're trying to make it
and
better
I can pick
for
up
foldable
exactly where I was
displays.
playing. Now, multiple OEMs will launch foldables this year, all running Android.
Why? Honestly,
Another exciting
12
innovation.
o'clock. They don't even want to support their tablet space.
5G networks mean
They didn't. They
consistently
just let it
faster
die.
speeds with lower
They literally let it
latency.
pretty much die. I
So
have
apps
an
and
Android
especially
tablet,
games can
which I
target
actually
rich,
like
immersive
because
experiences to
I
these
still get
5G
YouTube,
connected phones.
and because of premium,
And
I
Android
can
Q supports
download them
5G
onto there.
natively. This
I
year,
can't do that
more
on a
than
Chrome
20
OS
carriers will
device
launch networks.
because At
And our
least
OEMs
my
have
Chromebook,
over a dozen
because I don't have
5G-ready phones
Android
all
apps
launching this
supported
year,
on it right
and
now.
they'll all be running Android.
I need to get a newer
Now, in addition to hardware
Chromebook,
innovation,
but
we're
even
also
then,
seeing huge firsts in software,
I don't
driven
know.
by advances in on-device machine learning.
I don't even know if
Such
even
are
then
showed live
you could
captions.
actually
Now, I
download
would
stuff
really
on,
like you to
you know,
see it in
like
action
the
and then
premium,
take you under the hood.
you know,
Please
being able to
welcome
download
Tristan.
some videos. So, sorry, my foot is itching. But anyway,
Like
and
many
then
people, I watch videos
so they let
without
that
sound
die,
while on the
and
go.
they're gonna.
With captions, I can still
People
keep
are
up.
these companies
even
are
if I'm in a
making
crowded space
displays that are
and
basically
sitting in a
tablet
meeting.
sized
So for me, they're
in
super
foldable
helpful.
form,
For
and
almost 500
there's
million
no
people who are
tablet
deaf or hard of
apps.
hearing,
There's barely
captions
any.
are critical. Today, loads
Because
of mobile
Google
content
didn't even,
embeds audio,
you know,
from video to
like-
voice messages and everything in between. Without captions, this content is nowhere near as
Look at,
effective. Live
you know,
caption in
Apple's
Q takes
tablet
audio
space.
and instantly
The
turns it
reason
into
why they're in the
Let's
lead
take a look at
there
this video my friend Heather sent me yesterday. To turn it on, I open
is
the volume
because
blocker and tap the live
Apple,
caption button.
they encouraged
Your puppy a hug?
app developers
Oh,
to develop for their iPads.
So as you can see,
What
the
did Google
captions
do?
appear in real time.
They just were
Over
like,
videos that would
if you
normally
want to,
never have
you can.
captions. You can expand
And they
them,
failed. They
contract them,
failed.
move them up and down.
The Nexus 7 was
It's a lot of fun.
fantastic,
But
The-
what
especially the
makes this
second
feature
generation.
so
That was
incredible
amazing.
is that
Dual
it's entirely
speakers,
done on device.
like
In fact, it doesn't need to be
awesome
connected to the
display,
internet.
portable
If we take a
design, thin.
This
It was
entire
amazing.
demo I've done in airplane.
I loved that thing. I still want to get another one, even though it's been years since I came out. I want to get another Nexus tablet, the second, the Nexus 7.
In speech recognition that we made
Even though it's not supported,
earlier this
I don't
year.
care. I don't give a
Once
crap.
required streaming audio to the cloud
I just
to run
want
a
a
2
good
gigabyte model.
Android
Now we can do
tablet.
that same
I want a
processing
tablet.
on device using a recurrent neural net.
I don't want
in just
Samsung's
80 megabytes.
tablet.
The live speech model is running on the phone, and no audio stream ever leaves it. All this protects user privacy. And this is OS-wide, which means you get those captions in all your apps and in web content too. Now, the same on-device machine learning powers another useful Q feature, which is Smart Reply. With Smart Reply, the OS helpfully suggests what you'll type next. It'll predict the text you'll type, even emoji, and it's a huge time saver. What's really cool is this works now for all messaging apps in Android. Like in Signal, you can see the OS providing these helpful suggestions. And Smart Reply can now even predict the actions that you'll take. So say a friend sends you an address, and normally you'd copy and paste that into Maps. That's kind of a hassle. With Smart Reply, you just tap, and it will open for
Anyway.
you. And all this is saving you time.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
On-device
Yeah, we
machine
got
learning
it.
powers everything from these incredible breakthroughs like
Machine
live
learning.
captions
Machine
to helpful
learning.
everyday features like Smart Reply.
They just
And it does
call
this
this Android
with no user
ML.
input ever leaving the phone, all of which protects user privacy. Now,
And
there's
they're
one
still
more addition
trying
Android Q
to
that's small,
push
but you've been asking us about for a
privacy,
while.
what
and
they
that
think
is Dark Theme.
privacy
And we're launching
is.
it in Q.
Dark theme. Whoa. Everybody loves that, huh?
So you can activate it by using the quick tile or by turning on battery saver, and in fact, it will help you save battery. Your OLED display is one of the most power-hungry components in your phone, so by lighting up less
Yeah,
pixels,
so
it'll save you
why
time.
did you
that's
have
innovation.
white by
But we
default
feel all
for
innovation
years?
must happen
Like
within a
3
frame
years
of
or something.
security and privacy. People now carry phones constantly.
Ridiculous.
And we trust them with a lot of personal information. You should always be in control of what you share and who you share it with. And that's why the second area
I think I'm going to
we'll
do a
cover,
live stream
and the central
tonight
focus of the release is security and
because
Now,
more
over the
people
years,
who are my
Android built
subscribers
out
will
a
be
huge
awake,
set of protections
and hopefully
already.
we'll get
File-based encryption,
the
SSL by default, security and
video.
work profiles, and many of these were first on Android. Android has the most widely deployed security and anti-malware service of any OS. With Google Play Protect. It runs on every device and it scans over 50 billion apps a day. In fact, in Gartner's 2019 security report, which was published this week, Android scored the highest possible rating in 26 out of 30 categories.
It's ahead on multiple points, from authentication to network security to malware protection and more. At the same time, we wanted to go much further. And that's why Android Q includes almost 50 features focused on security and privacy, all providing more protection,
They're still trying to push.
transparency, and
Sorry, not security.
So first,
they're trying to push
in Q, we've brought
privacy.
privacy to the top
Sorry.
level in settings, and there you'll find a number of important controls all in one place. Activity data, location history, ad settings, and you decide what's on or off. Now, location is another place we've created tools for more transparency and control. Now, location can be really helpful.
The problem is a lot of these apps, they require you to have location to really work. And
you should, again,
like, it depends on if you trust those
of who you
developers,
share it
you
with
know.
and how they can use it. So first, if you're wondering which apps can be accessing your location, we make it easy for you to know. With Q, your device will give you helpful reminders whenever an app accesses location when you're not actively using that app. So you can review and decide, do you want to continue
I wonder
sharing
what kind of presentation
or not?
platform they use for
Second,
this
Q will give you more
keynote.
control over how you share location data with apps. For example, say you want to get pizza delivered. You can choose to share your location only while the app is in use. And as soon as you close, you'll stop sharing location.
That is good. There was a second party, or a third party, developer who actually had that app,
So you can
an app
quickly
for
review
that.
every
Yeah.
app and change location access
But anyway,
with simple controls.
so
now there are
they're going to
many,
let you
many
have
more
control
enhancements to
over
security and privacy
when,
throughout the OS,
but that's only if you
like
can get
TLS-V3,
Q, and you're not going to get
for
Q.
low-end devices,
Like you,
randomizing your MAC address by default, and
as a
many more.
consumer,
And you can
will
read about
have to
all
get
of these in our blog
the
post this
newest phones
But
to
there's
get
one
Q.
more really big thing for security.
So you're going to have to
Now,
pay
your Android device gets
thousands
regular
of
security
dollars,
updates
or at least
already.
$1,000,
You still have to wait for the release,
hundreds of
and
dollars
you
at
have to
least,
reboot when they come.
to get a new
We
phone
want you to
just
get
to
these
get this
faster,
stuff.
even faster.
Because you're
And that's why
probably,
in
your
Q, we're
device
making a
is
set
not
of OS
supported
modules
for this.
updatable directly over the air. So now these can be updated individually as soon as they are available and without a reboot of the device.
The Android OS framework will be
Now this was a huge technical challenge. We're updating these in the
updatable.
background the same way we're updating Google Apps. It's easier for our partners with whom we're working closely,
That's
but more
probably
importantly,
only if
it's
you
much
get
better
a
for you.
Q, though.
You can learn more about this at the session.
You got to
What's New in
push all
Android.
these features all the way back to
Now,
4.
there's one more
Android
thing that's changed
4.
since the early days of Android.
4.2
Now, people carry
or whatever
smartphones
it is.
everywhere because they're really
Like,
helpful.
there are
But we're
literally
also
devices out
spending
there that
a
still
lot
have
of
that.
time on phones. And people tell
You're
us
not gonna
sometimes
do it.
they wish they spent more time on other
Google-
things. We want to help people find balance and digital well-being. And yes, sometimes this means making it easier to put your device away entirely and focus on the time.
Look how my water bottle is straight
why last
out
year
of view,
we launched
but it's
digital
like
well-being
still
tools
on the
with
desk, and
dashboards,
it's almost on
app
the
timers,
corner. Like,
click to shush, and
it's
wind
just
down
right here.
to help you set the phone down and get to sleep at night. And these tools are really helping. App timers help users stick to their goals over 90% of the time. And users of Wind Down had a 27%
that's pretty
drop
good considering
in nighttime usage.
Google doesn't really
If
do
you're not
anything
using
other
these
than
already,
just
I
tell
would really
you.
recommend them.
So
But this year, we want to help
that's
even
the same way
more
that
with
iPhone is
distraction.
doing things
A lot
too.
of times, I just want to
That
sit
means
down
that
and focus to get
people
something done.
actually
And when I'm
care
trying to
about
do this,
their,
like working, maybe it's studying for
you
you,
know,
I don't want email or
device
anything else to
management.
distract me.
Or they have
And that's
multiple
why we've
phones.
created a new mode for Android.
Or
It's
devices,
called
so.
Focus Mode. When I enter
Most likely
Focus
they
Mode,
have
I can select the
multiple
apps that I
devices,
find
so
distracting. For
they
me,
don't really
that's
care
email, the news. So now they're turned off and I can really get to work. Those apps that distract me are disabled. But I can still keep text because it's important to me that my family
Like I said, this is
always
kind of
get
boring
a
to
hold of
me
me
right now.
until I come out of Focus Mode. And then everything is back.
It's literally
Focus
been
Mode is coming to
talking
devices on
for
P
over an
and Q
hour.
this fall.
In 5 minutes. 6, 7, an hour and
Now,
8,
finally,
an
I
hour,
want to talk about
an hour
families.
and 8.
For 84% of us
Almost an hour
parents,
and 9 minutes.
technology used
About
by
nothing,
our
really.
kids is a top concern. In the U.S., the average age of kids getting phones is now 8. In Q, Family Link parental controls will be built
Heck
right
no.
into the settings of the device.
I ain't gonna give you a
So when you set up a
phone
device for
at
someone in
8.
your family, Family Link will help connect it to
Nah,
a
I'm
parent.
just kidding. But
And
I'll give you that little
review
ring
any
phone
apps
thing.
that your child wants
Like
to install.
phone conduction.
After that, You can
Just
set
be like,
daily screen
that's all
time
you can
limits.
do is
You can
call
check
people.
where are the apps where my kids are spending time. And you can set a device bedtime so your kids can disconnect and get to sleep. And now in Android Q, you can set time limits
I ain't gonna
on
buy my
specific apps.
kid.
And when
like,
your child hits that device bedtime,
when
if
I
you
have
want
a
to give
kid,
them
I ain't gonna
just
buy
5 more
them
minutes,
a
now we
$1,000
have
phone.
bonus time.
I probably will buy them like a $50 phone. Be like, here you go.
Now, there's a ton more in Q that we don't have time to cover. A
And
ton.
until they
Everything
reach a
from
certain
streaming
age,
media
I
to
won't
hearing
be,
aids to better
like,
connectivity to
they're
new
not gonna
gesture
get
UI
on the freaking-
and more. So today,
No,
I'm excited
no
to
way.
announce that Q Beta
I
3
ain't
is
gonna
available
be like,
on
here, watch this
21
stuff.
devices.
Essential is still
That is
gonna have
12
Q.
OEMs.
Is Essential even there? Real Me. I've never even heard of Real
And
Me
that is
until like the
more
other day.
than double last year. We hope
the
you head
heck
over to the
is
link
Real
to get
Me?
it on your phone because we would love to have you try it out. And now I will hand it over to Rick. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sure. More companies are supporting, putting Q on there. But these companies.
Well, we've heard about some terrific
Okay,
innovations
Rick
today in
Ostrolo
Android,
is the
AI, and the
hardware guy, I
assistant,
guess.
and real
But-
breakthroughs in how we're able to
and
help
he used
our
to be
users.
in charge of
I'd like to spend a few minutes and talk about how
LG.
some of those come to life that are
Motorola.
made by Google
Motorola.
products.
But
Now, we continue to believe that
Here's
the
the thing,
biggest
it's crazy about
breakthroughs
that.
are happening at the intersection of AI, software, and hardware.
AI,
Whether that's
software,
a
and
tensor
hardware.
processing unit, an entire data center, the phone in your hand, or a helpful smart display in your home. Let's start there. The smart home of today is fragmented.
So what are they going to call this one? This
frustrating.
one's going to have a camera.
To deliver real help in the home, you
Instead
can't
of like
start
the
with
Google Hub
technology.
that
You have
has
to start with
no
people.
camera.
And we've always worked to
So what
put
are they going to do
people
with
first
this? They're obviously
and
going to have
build
like a
technology
weird slider or
around their
something.
needs.
I'll bet you.
There's
Turn
no
on to
more
make the
important
camera
place
not.
to get this right than in the home. Let's take a look.
Let's take a look. Google Home.
Hold on to me as we go.
Or not home. The home.
As we roll down this unfamiliar road. Although this way is streaming slow.
It's a giant blow up unicorn
No,
thing.
you're not alone. 'Cause I'm gonna make this place yours.
Okay, so they showed the thing. It looks like a Google Hub, Home Hub, but it had a camera on it. So I will bet this little boy, he's like looking at his mom's bras. So there's no camera on the Home Hub thing, whatever.
Your home
But if they
is the most special
they
place in
just
your
showed
life.
someone
So we
video
need to be thoughtful about the
chatting
technology
through
we
one of
create
those.
for it.
But it wasn't.
By
it was
putting
bigger,
people
so.
first, we're going beyond the idea of a smart home to create a truly helpful home. Over the past year, we've brought the Nest and Google teams together to deliver on our vision of the helpful
Was
home.
that one movie
And today,
that was about
we're
that?
further simplifying things,
That
bringing all
AI
of these
house
products together under the Nest name.
tried to like kill them or something.
As a
It was
single
like a
team
Disney movie
and
or
a
something.
single product family,
They wanted to be
we're
their
following a
mom
set of
and
guiding
the
principles that
guy's
reflect our
wife
commitment
put it.
to putting people first.
So, yep,
Now
there
to
it
start,
is. There's
we
one.
believe technology should be easy for everyone in the home to use, whether
They
they're
ain't
5
fooling
or
anyone.
95.
They've already shown their
The
new
helpful home
hardware.
should also be personal for everyone. With Google Assistant at the core, we can provide a personalized experience for the entire household, even in communal spaces.
Like, it's not even a surprise anymore.
And
You
the tech
just
in your
showed it.
home should work together for a single seamless
Yes,
experience
yes, we
across
got it.
rooms and devices.
Goodness
Most importantly,
gracious.
the helpful home needs to respect your privacy. And today, we're publishing
They're seriously
privacy
trying to
commitments
get
for
on
our
this
home
privacy
products
kick.
that clearly explain how they work, the data we're storing, and how it's used.
They've always been transparent about that, though. I will say that. Like I said before, Google.
Our vision for the helpful
You know,
home
the
is
thing that
anchored in the
I will
insistent.
say
And
about
as you
them
heard
is
from
that
Scott,
they
we're
tell you
continuing
what they're
to
using
get
your
more
data
helpful
for.
over time.
So
We want to make sure that you can get the help you need where you need it.
Facebook does not. And
Google
Facebook's
Home
like,
Hub,
we're gonna make
which
a
we're renaming Nest
privacy
Hub,
You know,
was designed
like
specifically
encrypted
to bring the
messages. Yeah, I'll
helpfulness of
bet.
the
I'll
assistant
bet
to
they're
any room in
encrypted.
your house.
Just like you didn't
Now, we've
save
also been working on a
10
new display
billion
that
freaking
builds on the things that
passwords
people
and all that
love
stuff.
about Hub,
Well, there it
but
is.
it's designed for
It's
communal
got an
spaces in the
actual
home where the
camera.
family gathers. Introducing Nest Hub Max.
Nest Hub Max. Okay, so they did put Nest branding on it.
It's a new product that has a camera and a larger 10-inch display,
Yeah.
which is perfect for
It's
the center of your helpful
Pretty
home.
good size display,
Hub Max
and the
pulls
like
together your
base
connected
is
devices
huge.
together
So I wonder
into
if they're
a
gonna
home
have
view
stereo
dashboard
speakers in it,
where you can see your Nest cams,
or just
you can switch on
better
lights,
speakers.
control your music, and adjust your thermostat.
Yep.
Hub Max also supports Thread. So just like Nest Connect, it communicates directly with Thread-supported devices that need a low-power connection, like door locks or motion sensors. And we've designed Hub Max with an incredibly helpful camera.
Thread.
If you want to know what's going on in your home, you can choose to use it like a Nest Cam. You can turn it on when you're away from home. You can check on things right from the Nest app in your phone. And just like a Nest Cam, it's easy to see your event history, enable home and away assist, and you also get a notification if the camera detects any motion or sees someone it doesn't recognize in your home. Now, video calling is easy too with Google Duo.
It's a dog.
The camera has a wide-angle lens, and it automatically adjusts to keep you centered in the frame. You
Google
can chat
Duo,
with any
which may
iOS
go
or
away
Android
at any
device,
time, just
or
like Allo.
a PC with a Chrome browser.
Duo
You can also use
has
Duo
outlasted
to
Allo,
leave
though.
video messages for members of your
As
household.
I like to call it, Allo.
Hub Max
Allo.
is designed to give you full control over the camera.
Allo.
Nothing
or
is streamed or
Allo.
recorded unless you intentionally enable it. And you'll always know when the camera is on with a green indicator light. You have multiple controls to disable camera features, and a physical switch on the back electrically disconnects the camera and the microphones.
I don't like that.
And you can see all
I think
these
it should
controls
just be a
clearly on the
slider,
display. Hub Max. Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Hub Max
Mic
is
and
designed to
camera
be
off.
used by multiple people in your
So
home
no, you can't use
and
Hey
provide
Google.
everyone with the help they need in a
Good, good,
personalized
good,
way.
good.
Now, to help with that, we've offered users the choice to enable voice match, so the assistant can recognize your voice
My
and
goodness, it's
respond
taking them 6
directly to you.
minutes just to
But today, we're
announce.
also extending the options to
this
personalize using the camera with a
Hub
feature
Max
we
thing.
call Face Match. For each person in your family that
Face
chooses
mash,
to turn it on,
not match.
the assistant guides you through a
It's
process of creating a face model, which is then encrypted and stored on the device. Then, whenever you walk in front of the camera, Hub Max recognizes you and shows just your information and not anyone else's. Face Match's facial recognition technology is processed locally on the device using on-device machine learning, so the camera data never leaves the device. And in the morning, I can walk into the
I don't
kitchen,
know how that's going to go
and the
because
assistant knows to greet me
every
with my calendar,
single face
my commuting
unlock
details,
that is
the weather,
not
and any other information I need to
using
start my day.
like
And when
that
I get home,
mapping
Hub Max
situation like what
welcomes
Apple
me
has,
home with
or
any
what,
reminders that might be
I
waiting
think a
for
blue
me.
phone has that.
And the
which is
assistant
funny.
offers personalized
But,
recommendations for music and
without
TV
all
shows,
the
and I
extra
can even see if
data,
anyone's
like
left
to
me a video
map your
message.
face for 3D and
One
all
of my
that stuff.
favorite
even,
things about
not
Hub
even a
Max
second camera
is
on
that
this
it's a
thing.
great
So, I
digital
mean,
photo frame.
Someone could still put
No
your
matter
photo
what
up
kind of
and be
day
like,
I'm having, nothing makes me feel better than seeing some of my favorite
know.
memories
I
on
don't
this
trust
beautiful
it.
screen. And the Google Photos integration makes this whole process really simple. I can select my family and friends, and Hub Max displays the best photos of them from years ago or from earlier today. And now, with a simple voice command, sharing my
I
favorite
will say
shots
this though.
is easier
Why
than
do you
ever.
need a Hub Max if you got a computer?
The big screen
Honestly.
also makes
got your
Hub
phone,
Max
you got a
the kitchen
computer.
TV you've always wanted.
It's bigger screen.
Tell it what you want to watch, or if you
Well,
need help deciding, just
I-
ask the assistant to pull
I
up our
don't
new
know if I even
on-screen
care
guide.
about this.
Hub
Well, that's
Max
just me.
can
That's just me.
stream your favorite live shows and sports
yeah,
on YouTube TV.
Yeah, I got it.
But unlike your
Obviously,
kitchen
it's
TV,
gonna
it can
do it.
also teach you how to cook, see who's at the front door, and play your music.
Your kitchen TV could probably do
You're
that too
also
if
getting
you have a smart
full
one.
stereo sound with a powerful rear-facing woofer. And now when the
knew it.
volume's up, instead of yelling at the assistant to turn it down or pause the game, with the camera, it's as simple as a gesture.
With a
just
powerful
raise your hand.
rear facing. Wait, what? That's funny. Stop it.
And Hub Max uses on-device machine learning to instantly identify your gesture and pause your media.
Powerful rear-facing woofer.
Hub Max is a Google Assistant smart display that's
Bro, got
also a
two
smart home
tweeters
controller,
and a woofer
a TV for your
in the
kitchen,
middle,
a great
then,
digital
but it's
photo
like,
frame,
yeah, it faces
an
behind
indoor
you though,
camera,
so that's
and it's
like,
perfect for video calling. All this will be available on Nest Hub Max later this summer
$229
for just $229.
Not too shabby.
And today, we're lowering the price of the original Nest Hub from $149 to $129. And we're expanding its availability to 12 new markets and supporting 9 new
I don't think
languages.
the original was called the Nest Hub. I thought it was called a Home Hub.
So whether you prefer a hub with a camera or without one, we have a device that'll help you in your home.
What?
As I said earlier, there's
The
a
Nest
fundamental
Hub?
difference between
It
a
was-
smart home and
They
a
just
helpful home.
rebranded it, but they were like,
And we're excited to unify all
it
our
was always
products
that
under
way.
the Nest brand
No,
to
they
make
just
the helpful
rebranded it.
home more real
That's
for more people.
hilarious. Nonchalantly.
All right, next I want to talk about Pixel. And our, thank you.
Okay.
And I love talking about Pixel. I want to talk about our work to bring a more helpful smartphone
Great.
experience to more people.
Gotcha.
A core element of Google's mission is to make technology more available and accessible for everyone. And Sundar said it earlier. We need to ensure that technology benefits the many, not just the few. But there's been a really troubling trend in the smartphone industry. To support the latest technologies, everyone's high-end phones are getting more and more expensive. So we challenged ourselves to see if we could optimize our software and AI to work great on more affordable hardware.
Oh, really?
So we can deliver these high-end experiences at a more accessible price point. I want to introduce you to the newest members of the Pixel
3A.
family, Google Pixel 3A and 3A XL, designed to deliver
3
premium
Axle.
features at a price people will love.
Okay, they just flipped around the small one, which
We didn't
looks like the
compromise on the
normal one, I guess.
capabilities and performance you'd expect from a premium device, which is why we branded them Pixel.
They look
start
exactly the
at
same
just $399.
as the normal one. This is starting at $400.
About half the price. Half the price of typical flagship phones. And I want to introduce Sabrina to tell you more about how we did it.
Oh, we know how you did it, but we know how you did it.
Thanks, Rick. Delivering premium features with high performance on a phone at this price point. It's been a huge engineering challenge, and I'm really proud of what our team has been able to accomplish with Pixel 3A.
Unless you put it in like
So
a
let's start with
Snapdragon
the design.
845.
Pixel 3A follows the design language of the Pixel family, the familiar two-tone look, smooth finish, and ergonomic unibody design. It feels good in your hand, and it looks beautiful. Pixel 3A comes in 3 colors.
Looks weird.
Just black, clearly white, and a new color, purple-ish. Everything looks amazing on the vibrant OLED display, and your music, your podcasts, they sound great.
The
in
purplish is
premium
like
stereo
very,
sound.
very, very light. It actually looks more
Pixel
white
3A
than
supports Bluetooth 5.0
what was it?
and
Simply
USB-C
white.
digital audio.
The white
and
one.
we've also included a 3.5 millimeter audio jack.
Oh my gosh. So much
Because
stuff.
we've heard some people want more headphone options. But what Pixel is really known for is its incredible
I wonder if they'll bring back the
camera.
headphone jack in the next
And with software optimizations,
Pixel, like
we
full-on
found a
Pixel.
way to bring our exclusive camera features and our industry-leading image quality into Pixel 3A. So photos look stunning in any light. What other smartphone cameras try to do with expensive hardware, we can deliver with software and AI, including high-end computational photography. So here's what that means. Pixel 3A can take amazing photos in low light with night sight. It's one of Pixel's most popular features.
I'm sure.
We've also enabled Pixel's portrait mode on both the front and rear cameras. And our Super Res Zoom applies computational photography, so you can get closer to your subject while still maintaining a high degree of resolution. And all of your beautiful photos are backed up for free in high quality with Google Photos.
Unlimited storage again.
Pixel 3a also has the helpful features you'd expect in a Pixel. Just squeeze the sides of your phone to bring up the Google Assistant. We're using the AI in Pixel 3a to help manage your phone calls too. I'm pretty sure we all hate getting robocalls. And Call Screen uses Google speech recognition and natural language processing to help you filter out those unwanted calls. It's already screening millions of them. Now, you might remember last year, we shared our vision for using AR in Google Maps. Starting today on Pixel phones, when you use walking directions, instead of staring at that blue dot on your phone, you're going to see arrows in the real world to tell you where to turn next.
Yeah. I don't really. I use
We're just beginning our
audio
journey
stuff,
with
so.
AR and maps, and we're really excited for Pixel users to experience this early preview.
It's trying to use AR.
Battery life.
For that.
It's one
That's
of the most
kinda cool,
important features on a smartphone. It makes sense.
If you can't
People
hear
need
it,
to know
it's
that their
cool.
phone won't quit on them before the end of their day.
Yes.
Pixel 3a has adaptive battery. Uses machine learning to optimize based on how you use your phone. So you can get up to 30 hours on a single charge.
I doubt that.
And with the included 18-watt charger, you'll get up to 7 hours of battery life with just 15 minutes of charging. Pixel 3a doesn't compromise on
Notice they
security
say
either.
up
It's got
to.
the same comprehensive approach as Pixel 3. On the hardware side, our Titan M security chip protects your sensitive data on the device, like login credentials, disk encryption, app data, and OS integrity. On the software side, you get the latest Google security patches and updates for 3 years, including Android Q this summer. So instead of getting slower and less secure over time, your Pixel gets better with every update.
For 3 years instead of like 5+
We think
years
this hybrid
like
approach
Apple
provides
does.
the strongest data protection. And in a recent Gartner report, Pixel scored the highest for built-in security among smartphones. Pixel 3a offers the complete Pixel experience, and we're proud to make it available and affordable to more people around the world. Verizon's been a great partner over the past 2.5 years in the US, and we're excited to be partnering with them again for the launch of Pixel 3a.
Oh, I bet
And
you are.
for the first time, we're
That
expanding
purple
our
is just
US
not even,
carrier
it's like
partnerships.
whiter than the other.
So
than
the
white
entire Pixel family is now available for sale at T-Mobile, Sprint, and US Cellular. You can also get Pixel 3a from the Google Store and use it on any US carrier, including Google Fi and AT&T. Pixel 3a and 3a XL are available in 13 markets starting today. You can find more details online at the Google Store. We're really excited to have you try it out. Next, Jeff will tell you about our efforts in Google AI. But first, here's a quick look at our new Pixel.
It's taking forever.
If your head's in the clouds of what a fit for, you're stuck on the ground and I'm getting bored. Let's turn up the sound, that's quit messing around. Think it's time
They still haven't showed the front of the Pixel 3a XL, 3 axle. And they're trying to compare it to the iPhone. If you turn up the brightness on an iPhone, you can get easily pretty decent. I mean, like, okay, night shots.
Yeah, I'm on the come up. Come on. Think you can keep up? Bring the beat back. Homie, what you wanna do? Get sit around all day. For real?
It's
They
12:30.
didn't talk about the processor at all.
Hi, everyone. Everything from building a low-cost premium device,
Which I mean,
one
like,
you just saw,
there
without
are people who
compromising
don't
on
care about
capabilities,
processors,
to developing a
but
truly helpful
everybody cares
assistant,
about processors,
are all
so.
built on a tremendous amount of research and innovation under the covers. And they're examples of what we do at Google AI. Google AI is a collection of teams focused on making progress in artificial intelligence research across a wide range of different domains. We focus on solving fundamental computer science challenges in order to solve problems for people. That includes things like improving speech recognition models to answer questions faster or let you interact with your device quickly, or pushing the boundaries of computer vision to help people interact with their worlds in new ways, as you've seen today. We publish papers, release open source software, and apply our research to Google products. The goal is really to solve problems every day that touch billions of people. One of the things I'm most excited about is progress in language understanding. As Scott mentioned earlier, so much of our daily life depends on actually understanding language. Reading traffic signs and shopping lists, writing emails, communicating with the people around us. We'd really want computers to have the same fluency with language that we do. Not just understand surface forms of the words, but actually understand what sentences mean. Unlocking that would get us closer to our mission of organizing the world's information
There's more
and making it
to
universally
speech
accessible
than
and
just
useful.
speech.
In the past few years,
you know,
we've made major strides.
we can
teaching a machine
understand
to answer
words
questions like this one,
and sentences,
about Carlsbad Cavern,
but then
the
there's
national park in New
your
Mexico.
body language. You know, all this stuff actually
Only recently,
does
the
stuff.
state-of-the-art language record architecture for language understanding
Their
was something
screen-
called
their
a
screen is
recurrent
like
neural
twitching
network,
now,
or
man.
RNN.
No,
RNNs process
glitching
words sequentially, one after another. They work well for modeling short sequences like sentences, but they struggle to make abstract associations, like knowing that stalactites and stalagmites are natural formations and that cement pathways, for example, are not. In 2017, we made a leap forward with our research on transformers, models that process words in parallel. 1 year later, we used it as a foundation for a technique we called bidirectional encoder representations from transformers. It's a bit of a mouthful, so we just call it BERT. BERT models can consider the full context of a word by looking at the words that come before and after it. They're pre-trained using plain text from the web and other textual sources. To do that, we use a process to train it that's a little like the word game of Mad Libs. We hide about 20% of the input words, and we train the model to guess those missing words. You can actually try this at home with a bit of text that you have. Hide a few words and see if you can guess what they are.
Fantastic.
That's effectively what we're doing. This approach is much more effective for understanding language. When we published the research, BERT obtained state-of-the-art results on 11 different language processing tasks. Fast forward to today, and we're
Should I
excited
go to a
to see how
movie
BERT
tonight?
can help
I
us
don't know.
answer more complex
I'm wondering.
questions that are relevant to you. Whether that's getting the flight time from Indiana to
We
Honolulu,
have Pet Cemetery
learning a new weightlifting exercise,
It's $5
or translating between languages.
tonight for
Research
us
like
here.
this gets us closer to technology
movie
that can
theater.
truly understand language. We're now working with product teams all across Google to see how we can use BERT to solve more problems in more places. We're excited to bring this to people around the world to help them get the information they need every
What
day.
movies are playing at Empire?
All this
Twin
machine
Theaters
learning
in
momentum, though,
Montana?
wouldn't be possible without platform innovation.
Yeah, you have to actually say exactly.
TensorFlow is the software infrastructure
What?
that underlies our work in machine learning and artificial intelligence.
No.
When we developed TensorFlow,
Endgame's still
we
on,
wanted everyone to be able
but
to use machine
Pet
learning.
Cemetery is
so
gone.
we made it an open source platform.
Damn yeah.
And while it's been essential to our work, we've been amazed to see what other people outside of Google have used it for all kinds of different things. We've seen engineers at Roma Tre
I really need to
University
see Endgame
in
again.
Italy
It was
parsing handwritten medieval manuscripts.
it was
We've
good,
seen
but it
coders in
wasn't
France
that
colorizing
great,
black and white photography.
honestly.
We've even seen companies developing fitness sensors for cows. The work that people are doing is really
I
inspiring.
love the
us.
thin plastic.
It
It's
pushes us
so
to keep
fun.
asking ourselves, how can machine learning crack open previously unsolvable problems in order to help more people? One example is our work in the field of healthcare. We're really optimistic that our research can create real-world impact in medicine by improving solutions and establishing new
They've really been
diagnostic
talking about
procedures.
AI this whole time,
To
like
share
machine
more,
learning.
here's Dr. Lily Peng from the Google AI healthcare team.
I don't know why this matters, really.
Thanks, Jeff. So as a doctor, what I care about most is improving patients' lives. And that means good care and accurate diagnoses. That's why I was so excited 2 years ago at I/O when we shared our work in diabetic retinopathy. This is a complication of diabetes that puts over 400 million people around the world at risk for vision loss. Since then, we've been piloting this work with patients in clinical settings. Our partners at Verily recently received European regulatory approval for the machine learning model, and we have clinical deployments in Thailand and in India that are already screening thousands of patients. In addition to diabetes, one of the other areas we think AI can help doctors is in oncology. Today, we'd like to share our work on another project in cancer screening, where AI can help catch lung cancer earlier. So
Very
lung
nice.
cancer causes more deaths than any cancer.
I don't know
It's
how
actually
that
the most
would
common
help,
causes,
or how it
cause
could.
of death mortality of death globally, accounting for 3% of annual mortality. We know that when cases are diagnosed early, patients have a higher chance of survival. But unfortunately, over 80% of lung cancers are not caught early. Randomized controlled trials have shown that screening with low-dose CTs can help reduce mortality, but there's opportunity to make them more accurate. So in a paper we are about to publish in Nature Medicine, we describe a deep learning model that can analyze CT scans and predict lung malignancies. To do it, we trained a neural network with de-identified lung cancer scans from our partners at the NCI, the National Cancer Institute, and Northwestern University. By looking at many examples, the model learns to detect malignancy with performance that meets or exceeds that of trained radiologists. So concretely, how might this help? Very early stage cancer is minuscule and can be hard to see, even for seasoned radiologists, which means that many patients with late-stage lung cancer have subtle signs on earlier scans. So take this case, where an asymptomatic patient with no history of cancer had a CT scan for screening. This scan was interpreted as normal. 1 year later, that same patient had another scan. It picked up a late-stage cancer, one that's much harder to treat. So we used our AI system to review that initial scan.
How the freak
So
can
let's
you
be
even
clear,
see it?
this is a tough case.
It all looks
We
the
showed this
same.
initial scan to other radiologists, and 5 out of 6 missed this cancer. But our model
Who
was
was
able
that?
to detect
Who was
these
that
early
one?
signs
Who was
1 year
that
before the patient was
one?
actually
I
diagnosed.
want him as a doctor.
1 year. And that year
Or her.
could translate to an increased survival rate of 40% for patients like this. So clearly this is a promising but early result. And we're very much looking forward to partnering with the medical community to use technology like this
Dude,
to help
this has
improve
been on
outcomes for
for
patients.
over an hour and 40
Now I
minutes.
hand it back to Jeff.
This is a long. I don't blame you if you haven't watched this far.
Thanks, Lily.
Of course, if you haven't, I
The
would.
same technologies that you just saw driving healthcare innovation have applications across almost every field imaginable. Our AI for Social Good program brings together our
Why do we
efforts
need
to use
AI
AI to
stuff?
explore and
It's-
address some of the world's most challenging problems. Last year, we announced the program and its 2 pillars: research and
AI
engineering
for social good.
and building the external ecosystem. Let's talk first about research and engineering. One project where we're working that's already creating impact is our work on flood forecasting. Floods are the most common, deadliest natural disasters on the planet. Every year, they affect up to 230 million people across the world, more than storms and earthquakes combined. 20% of flood fatalities happen in India alone. This is a problem that we're even seeing this week with the impact from Cyclone Fani. Floods prevent kids from being able to play in their neighborhoods, or parents from protecting and providing for their
I would
families.
have never guessed,
Often because they don't have
considering the neighborhood's gone.
And without consistent, accurate warning systems, people are prone to ignore warnings and be unprepared. That's especially detrimental in
That's why you
areas
look
hit
at
with annual
animals.
monsoons.
Animals will know.
That's why, last fall, we shared our work on flood forecasting models that can more accurately predict flood timing, location, and severity. Through a partnership with India's Central Water Commission, we began sending early flood warnings to the phones of users who might be affected. Today, we're thrilled to announce the expansion of our detection and alerting system for the upcoming monsoon season. The expanded area will cover millions of people living along the Ganges and Brahmaputra river areas. Not only are we increasing the area of coverage, but we're also better forecasting where the floods will hit hardest. Through a new version of our public alerts, people can better understand whether they'll be affected so they can protect themselves and their families. Our model simulates water behavior across the floodplain, showing the exact areas that will be affected. We combine thousands of satellite images to create high-resolution elevation maps using a process similar to stereographic imaging to figure out the height of the ground. We then use neural networks to correct the terrain so it's even more accurate, and then we use physics to simulate how flooding will happen. We also collaborate with the government to receive up-to-date stream gauge measurements and send forecasts in real time. We're excited to continue working with partners to increase the accuracy and precision of these models, which we hope will make people safer from flooding all around the world. Research like this is critical. But we also know that AI will have the biggest impact when people from many different backgrounds all come together to develop new solutions to problems they see. That's why the second pillar of our AI for Social Good program is to build the external ecosystem. We want to empower everyone to use AI to solve problems they see in their communities. Last year, we partnered with Google.org to launch the Google AI Impact Challenge. It was a call for nonprofits, social enterprises, and universities to share their ideas for using AI to address societal challenges. We've received applications from 119 countries across 6 continents, representing all kinds of sizes and types of organizations.
That's great.
Today,
fantastic.
We're really excited to announce the 20 selected. We even have a few of them with us today. Let's give them a warm welcome.
Okay, that's
Here's
nice.
the list of organizations. These organizations are working on some of the world's most meaningful issues. La Fondation Médecins Sans Frontières is using image recognition to help medical staff analyze antimicrobial images in order to prescribe the right antibiotics for bacterial infections. New York University, in partnership with the Fire Department of New York City, is building a model to help speed up emergency response times.
In
This could really improve public health and safety. And Makerere University in Uganda will use AI to create a high-resolution monitoring network to shape public policies for improving air quality. We'll be supporting our 20 grantees in bringing these ideas to life. We're providing $25 million in funding from Google.org, as well as coaching and resources from teams all across Google. Congratulations to all our grantees.
Great. Money to help people.
As we head into the next decade, I'm really excited about what's to come.
Be doing.
There are so many promising avenues for fundamental research. For instance, machine learning models today.
The issue is getting the stuff
we can get them to be
cheap
good
enough,
at solving
you know?
individual tasks.
Because we
But what
already
if they
have
could generalize
problems in
across thousands of tasks,
pricing for
solving new problems
medical
faster,
stuff.
and with just a few examples to learn
Thank
from?
you. That's the
keys
first
to
time it's
progress on
even
these
said
kinds of
anything.
research problems are those most human characteristics: perseverance and
A
ingenuity.
random 1245 one.
As you heard Sundar mention at the start of the day, we're moving from a company that helps you find answers to a company that also helps you get things done. And all the products we showed you today share a single goal: to be helpful. At the same time, we want to ensure that the benefits of technology are felt everywhere, continue to uphold our foundation of user trust, and build a more helpful Google for everyone. To everyone joining us on the live stream, thank you for tuning in. And to everyone here with us in the audience today, welcome to Google I/O 2019. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of I/O.
Is this stream finally over? Because to me that makes me think of like Microsoft Build a couple of years back. It was like 3 hours long. This has been almost 2 hours. Like, really. Okay, finally done. It's over. Thank goodness. So I'm gonna give you my final thoughts on this. So basically what they were talking about was more about the camera stuff that, you know, machine learning in camera and in speech recognition and captions and all this stuff. It's great stuff. They didn't really need to like make it an hour and 45, an hour and 50 minutes long, you know. They could have easily gone through this stuff like that. But, you know, because honestly, Google I/O is meant for developers, and that's great. But the thing is, the I/O 2019 like live streaming thing is meant for developers, but they don't really need to have that much going on there, because all they need to do is quickly go through them. They've already set the groundwork for all this stuff. They've already explained this before. They don't need to keep explaining it. And then they can go into more detail in their little, like, because I/O is basically like, it's a conference. It's a conference. So they're going to have a lot of time in classes. They're going to have classes that they're going to be doing, presentations that they're going to be doing. They can go more into detail with this stuff. They don't need to spend 2 hours doing this stuff. It's like Microsoft Build. They did a 3-hour stream that one time, and everybody complained. Like, everybody. Yeah, I think even the developers complained. They had a stretching. They had a middle of the keynote stretch for, they brought out like a professional to have them stretch so that they wouldn't get all like, you know, cramped and everything, because it's not good for you to sit for that long, honestly. So I mean, you know, Google should have learned from them. So I was not expecting this long of a Google I/O. I think Google I/O last year was like an hour, and the year before that was like an hour, if that. I mean, they can fit a lot more information into those. They didn't need to have so much going on. I was surprised that they actually did bring out hardware, considering how long it was. Like, it would have been shorter without the hardware part. It took Rick Osterloh 6+ minutes to introduce the first hardware for it. What? What? Why? Why did it take you that long, man? So I don't know. They didn't even show the front of the 3AXL, which is hilarious. Ugh. Because to me, that's strange. But anyway, so the 3A and 3A XL, they didn't really say what processor is in it, which kind of has me concerned that it's going to be something not so great. But it could be just, like the newer Snapdragon 600 series, or even the 700 series. It's for I doubt they're going to do that because it's not really a gaming phone, but they're focused on the camera, so most likely it'll be that what is it? It's like 675, or I don't know. It's the high 600s, but they have one that focuses more on cameras for the Snapdragons, which has an ISP, which is image sensing processor, and so they have a higher one for that actually, I think it even has the same ISP that's in the 855, which is like the big top dog Snapdragon. So if they have that in there, that'll be great. That'll be fantastic. Sucks that nobody was watching my live stream, but that's okay. I mean, obviously you can leave comments afterwards on what you thought about it. I don't know. Is $400 really worth it? Is it worth getting one of those phones for $400, considering the 3 and 3XL, the Pixels that are current gen that have the, Snapdragon? I think it's the 845. I don't even think they put an 855 in it. But anyway, well, they're going to be coming out with the new Pixel 4s pretty soon. But does it seem worth it when they're already putting like $200 off of the Pixel 3s, the 3A or the 3 and the 3XL? Like, honestly, I don't think it's worth it. I don't. Unless you want a mid-level one, which, who knows? Maybe it's a better processor than I don't know. I mean, it's not really a better processor. So if you can score the 3 for like $500 even, go for that. Don't get a $400 Pixel A or 3A. Because honestly, it's going to have still a worse processor. $100 more if you can get the Pixel 3. And even then, if you can't, I think $100 more or something like that, you could get the, I don't know. If you want the Pixel, I'd probably recommend going for the regular 3 or the 3XL if you can find them on sale. If you can't, if they're still back up at like $800, $600, anything like that, go for the 3A. But I would also suggest waiting for the Pixel 4s, which will be out probably pretty soon. Probably this summer. Honestly. I mean, it's not really summer yet, so. And maybe August or September, they might come out with the 4. So I'd recommend waiting, honestly. The foldable thing, their Android Q is coming out, and it's going to be pretty much expanding on what Android Pie is, basically. So, anyway, not really much going on there. I'm going to end my live stream right now. It's been almost 2 hours. So, yeah. But I'll do a live stream later tonight about Endgame. And then possibly another one about something else that I was thinking about. Anyway, talk to you guys later.